as I just got through saying and was told to shut up, we just played Pink, Courage, and it is an awesome song. So
Yes.
listen to it. So this is all the stuff that happens at church when you're doing it at home.
Yeah.
We got a card from someone that we get a card from every single Christmas, New Year's. At least for the last 20 years.
They haven't attended for...
I know, 20 years. 20 years. They haven't lived here in 20 years. They've been in New York, I know. I think they're in...
Now they're in Evans, Georgia. Robert and Desiree Henderson. Anybody remember Robert and Desiree?
Well, there's no
Long
reason
time ago.
anybody remember them.
Long time ago.
They're awesome, awesome people. Just
Yeah.
amazing.
Love them. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Hopefully they're listening. We don't
Hopefully
know,
they're
but
tuning in.
send them a note back and remind them that we're here every Sunday. We do have a couple patron saints by the name of John Lennon and George Carlin.
And George and John.
And John said, if some... Wait a minute, that's not it, because that's where I had it pegged. Oh, I remember. As usual, there is a great woman behind every idiot. Believe it or not, John said that. So, John.
Sounds like a George.
Does sound like a George. George, though, Beethoven was so hard of hearing he thought he was a painter. I know, it's George. Don't try to figure him out. Please don't try to figure him out. I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I'm right. Out of my mind, back in 5 minutes. I used to be a people person, but people ruined that for me.
People can be so people-y.
They can be. And I'm sure most of you have heard this one, though. I'm on a seafood diet. I seafood, I eat it. So, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I've used that one.
Actually, your exact words were, I was wrong once, but then I corrected myself.
Yes, I believe that was it. Something like that. Something like that. T-shirts and sweatshirts, and I cannot remember if I did these ones or not, so...
We won't either.
I looked forward, so if I did, then somebody just say I did. T-shirts and sweatshirts. Bacteria. It's the only culture some people have. Did I do that one last week? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I may look lazy, but on a molecular level, I'm quite busy.
Yeah.
Yup. Okay.
I can't believe you put your cup on that
Well,
radio.
I made sure that the bottom was dry and
Okay.
it's no heat, so yeah.
We have visual aids this morning.
Visual aids this morning.
And don't
Never
wear glasses.
engage in a battle of wits with an unarmed person.
You
I
did
know
that.
I did that one. So, okay, so here we are. Conscience is, in most men, an anticipation of the opinion of others. And from Sidoine Colette from 1873, a woman who thinks she is intelligent demands equal rights with men. A woman who is intelligent does not.
Oh, that's so bull, S.H. Oh, come on.
Yeah, really.
Just 1873.
Oh, come on.
1873. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
We've come a long ways, have we not, girls?
Correct. That's correct.
And a long way more to
Bill
go.
loved reading that one.
He did. He'll hear about this later.
I'm hearing about it now.
You know, you're of all guys. You're wonderful because you honor where I'm at, and even if you know more than I do, you just share the information with me. You don't give me this. You don't talk down. You don't do the man speak thing, and I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. And I don't know where I am.
He'd be
on this
dead
one
if he
either.
did.
To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. I know I did that one because I still like it. I'll do the next one anyway. Nothing is more highly to be prized
William
than the
Blake,
value
by the way.
of each day.
The value of each day. Yes, I get it.
I'll do these ones. This one's too.
Okay.
This is from the Sanskrit. Sanskrit.
Sanskrit.
Yesterday is always a dream. Tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
That's good to live by.
These books have been through it. The back on this one has completely fallen off. So.
Well, they were old to start with.
Well, they were.
And then we had a puppy. I think the puppy helped.
Synesthesia is a rare condition in which stimuli to one sense are perceived by the other senses. Synesthetes can smell words, taste colors, or even see music. I know, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Trying to remember who it was that could see music. One of the black musicians.
Like Stevie Wonder type?
I don't know. Was it Stevie? I don't know. Well, he's blind, but I don't. Pharrell Williams.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I knew somebody did. I couldn't remember who.
Okay. What's big, gray, and wrinkly, and goes around in circles? You won't know it. A rhinoceros in a revolving door. I know. What do frogs wear in the summer?
Skin suits?
Open-toed shoes. Open-toed shoes. I know.
It's bad. My brother's
I know.
laughing, so it's got to be really bad. That's like
laughing.
the BS indicator. This is the bad indicator. Oh, brother's laughing. It's terrible.
Why do pigs have the best writing instruments? Because their pens never run out of oink. Why did the chicken cross the schoolyard?
To get to the other side?
That's exactly right. Yeah, I know. That was the last page, 128 of this book.
Yay! He won't throw it away, though.
And I do no more than one page per week, so this was 2 weeks. 2 years. What's wrong with you this morning? Gee. 2 years worth of stuff.
Am I rubbing off on you?
No. Okay.
So, today, for those of you at home, we have a yay jar here at church, and I've invited everybody. Well, actually, I gave you a pen and paper and asked you politely to write down one positive thing that happened this week, and we're going to read them at the end of the year. So for me, my yay was the Tarot Dream Boards class was a wonderful blessing to us all. That was very cool. So if you would throw that in the
You
yay
did that
jar.
yesterday, didn't you? How'd that turn out?
Wonderful. It was awesome. We loved it, didn't we? And if you didn't get a chance to chat with me afterwards and need a little help getting your power sentence, your power phrase, you just let me know. I'll be happy to help. Happy to help on that. So we have a lot to talk about today, and Phil and I are going to do it together. This should be fun. I want to share with you
I need another cup of coffee.
We'll go get coffee then. I can chat for a minute till you go.
Okay. That's good, but I'll take advantage of that.
So there are 7 disruptions to hold us back in this. I mean, we've got a new year. We all want to do new stuff. And unfortunately, when we take a look at the new year, we often frame it in terms of, oh, I have to work harder. I have to do more. I don't think so. And I think that's why we did the dream boards yesterday. And if you haven't done a dream board, you might want to do your own form of that in some way. But to get ourselves spiritually on track is where everything comes from. And a lot of times we feel like we're blocked or we're stuck or we can't move forward. And there's things that disrupt us, that keep us off of moving forward. We're going to talk a little bit about some of those things today. But the most important thing I want to share with you is mostly it's just we get in our own darn way. Do we not? But we don't realize we're in our own darn way. We just feel stuck. And we feel like burdened of, oh, I gotta push harder. And that doesn't really help anything. So let's find an easy way to move forward. And the song that we played this morning before services was Pink, and the song was Courage, Courage by Pink. And I will read to you something the good book says. This is Jesus talking, and this was at the very end of his life. And he is talking to his apostles, and he knows he's going away, but he wants them to know some stuff to hold him in good stead, right? Here's what he said to them. These things I have spoken to you, everything that he talked about before to this point. He said, all of these things I've spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you have tribulation, but take courage. I have overcome the world. He's not saying manufacture courage in the depth of your soul. You're going to create it. Ugh. Oh, that hurt. It's already there. It's already created for you. Take it. It's a gift. It's a gift. We have the right to receive it. Take it. Take it. So let's talk about some of the ways in which we can allow ourselves to get blocked and how to take back courage and move through those. So Mr. Phil, are you ready? You didn't get your coffee.
There wasn't any. I had to make some.
Oh, I don't know if he can go forward with this without. Here.
Thanks. Well,
Sure.
I made some. It's just being made right now.
I got you. That's a little watered down. And it's gone. It's a good thing we don't have to be just alike. Okay, so as a visual aid today, Phil brought his radio.
One of
his radios.
One of my dozens of
I'm going to
radios.
show people online, if I can remember how to do the camera.
This one was 1939. I mean, it's an old radio. It's AM and shortwave, and it's pretty dang awesome. It's pretty much, other than cleaning it up, taking it all apart, doing some of the work on the inside, this is the way the cabinet was from 1939. I mean, I'm just
Beautiful.
shocked that it's
Isn't
in
that
this
beautiful?
good a shape.
He has at least a dozen in the living room. And probably that many more in the garage. A few more in the back room that aren't really ready to come out front. And then a bunch in the shed that he hasn't finished yet.
Oh, yeah.
So he started collecting before he retired because he said, when I retire, I'm going to work on these. And so,
Been collected for 30 years, probably.
yeah. So, but he's finally getting a chance to work on them. So that's kind of fun. But there's a lot of things that we want to talk about that is similar to us on our spiritual journey. So one of the first things he does when he gets a new old radio, is he turns it on. Is it going to work or is it going to work?
Yeah, a lot more to it than just that, though.
But,
you don't
yeah,
just
okay.
turn on an old radio. Don't ever turn on an old radio without looking at it or having somebody else look at it first.
So I apologize in advance if he gets a little too geeky. I'll try to restrain him, but no guarantees on that. So, but so he goes through the parts to see if they're burned out or not, right? Mm-hmm. So, and how do you do that? Besides just taking off the back and looking and seeing, that bulb's
some of it
off.
is looking at it, but then I've got a lot of meters that I check each component and make sure that at least within spec or close to it that it should run when I turn it on.
And when things are completely out of spec, what do?
I replace it.
You replace it. Okay, why?
Because if it's out of spec and you turn on the radio, it could literally take out a bunch of other components. So
how does this relate to us on our spiritual journey? Have you ever experienced burnout? And there may be an aspect of you that's burned out and other parts of you is running just fine. But if we don't take care of the burned out part of us, we could take ourselves down. Could we not? So it's really important to look what's working, what's not working. Are you burned out? There's no shame or blame in that. You know, maybe that thing, what causes parts to burn out, Phil?
age,
Age.
electrical power that's not clean. and
I don't know what that
age.
means. I don't know what electrical
When
power.
you plug it into the wall, it's not the correct power.
Okay,
So a little bit out of spec.
out of spec. So there's things, if we tap into things that aren't,
Older things are more sensitive than new things.
at least he didn't pat me. We have way too much fun. So burned out parts. Sometimes there's things that happen, like if people turn it on into the wrong thing at the wrong time, too loud, too long, whatever, that'll burn stuff out. So there are things that may have happened to you in the past that's creating burnout. And what happens to a component that's burned out, Phil? What do you do?
Find which one it is, find a new component that's close enough, and
So you take
it
the old one out.
Take the old one out, desolder it, clip it, however I'm going to do it, and put a new one in.
Okay. So we talked last week about going to the God vault. And if there's things, old wounds, old pains, old sorrow, this God vault, you have your depository, and no one else can have access to this. And once you take something out away from yourself and release it, you put it in this God vault and you close the little door, and it won't come back. New things may bubble up to the surface, and when the new things bubble up to the surface, you take them off, put them in the God vault, and close the gate. You know how when you go to a bank and you can take the little handle down, you put your deposit in, close it. When you open it up again, your deposit's gone. You can't reclaim it. You can't retrieve it. So too it is with this. When we let things really go and give them up to God, they're gone. They're gone. So something may percolate up, and it may be related to what you already have given away, but give more. Put more in that God vault. Let God take care of it. Because a lot of the stuff that we're dealing with is our judgment of what happened. Mm-hmm. Let it go. Stop judging others. Cruelty begets cruelty. If someone was cruel to you, they had somebody cruel to them. Bottom line. So forgive it. Let it go. Let God deal with it. It's not your business. None of your stuff. None of your business. So release it and let it go. Get clear. And when we get clear, we plug in a new component, which could be prayer, which could be meditation, it could be yoga, it could be Tai Chi, it could be whatever. Plug in some new spiritual component. What's going to happen? We're going to activate. And it'll be wonderful.
Your radio will be supercharged.
Supercharged. So the next thing that can disrupt us and hold us back in the new year is not being grounded. So tell us about being grounded, Mr. Phil, with your radios.
Well, it's more pronounced on if you're using shortwave or, ham radio to some people. But without it, you get all kinds of static and noise. It's a way louder. The background garbage is all way louder. And as soon as you ground them, the noise just stops.
It's clicking here. I'm not doing anything. So the correlation for us to get grounded, you don't have to just walk barefoot in the dirt. That's one way.
It's one way.
That's one way. Get out of your head. Whatever it takes to do that, get out of your head. Now, this doesn't mean don't think, because our brains are extremely important in our spiritual process. But the judgments and the criticism and the worry and the fear and the dread and all that stuff we burden ourselves with, get out of our head, however you choose to do that. And when you do, you ground it out. You discharge that energy that way. Does that make sense?
And something Jan was doing for quite some time, and I do it occasionally. You?
Go ahead. I was
okay,
going to tell them
okay.
that story.
When I say grounding, I've got a copper pipe about 6 or 7 feet in the ground, and that's the ground for my whole system. And so you can hold on to the ground and be grounded.
Yeah.
And I mean, Jan used it to get rid of some problems,
I was
and
not
couldn't do
doing
it
well.
anywhere else.
Wasn't physically well, so I would go out and ground myself.
Just
And
for a couple minutes.
Funny story. So I told him, well, Phil, if you ever want to get rid of me, set up a live wire in the same place that you put the grounding wire, and I'd be gone, and they would never, you could be criticized, or the police would come, and it would be, it just must have been an accident. So, behold, the very next time I go out to ground myself. So there's all these little wires sticking out, and one of them was poking up. And so when I grabbed onto it, was I thought, bye. I guess he wants me gone. And then I just laughed my fool head off. It was hilarious.
It just scared her, kind of pricked her
It
finger a little
did.
bit.
It poked my finger, and for a second I thought I was shocked, and then I thought, "Oh, I'm gone. I'm out of here." But no, I wasn't. I wasn't here. So get out of your head. Get grounded. The next thing that can disrupt a radio from receiving is not having an antenna. Tell us about your antenna, Mr. Phil.
Well, I got a 100-foot antenna out in the backyard, but you don't really need that. Interesting thing, this particular radio, it's a 1939. I had it tuned to one station. Should have some music on there, not sure. But what's really cool about this one is this little green phosphorus thingy down here. When it's off a station, that will move, and when it's on the station, you can visually see that it's on the station or not.
I don't know if you guys can see it at
Probably
home.
can't, but anyway. Okay, that's without an antenna, local station. That's me holding onto the antenna.
106.1, The Bridge.
Okay, I need to talk more.
Christian music.
So what we want to learn from that is two things. First of all, who are you talking to? Are you tuned in to Divine Source? Are you connected into Divine Source? And you know, sometimes touching another human being, connecting in with another human being amplifies our ability to connect. Right? So that's why church is so important. I'm so sorry for you people at home because you're still in your jammies and you're missing out on all this connection that we've got.
Hug your dog.
Hug your dog, something. But anyway, I honor you because, you know, you're at least tuned in. That's
Or
good.
your kitty cat.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That would be more grounding stuff. But anyway, tune in. Tune in. Pray. Do your prayers. Meditate. Sing. Dance, but don't disturb the people downstairs.
Dance. I'm sorry. Last 2 nights we've been watching Guardians of the Galaxy. If you've ever seen that, we love it so much because the music plays old 80s music, and, well, old even for us, and it's so much fun.
Fun stuff.
And it influences everybody around them. It's fun.
So there's more to one. So who are you talking to? First of all, tune in. Tune in. So then the next thing that can disrupt us is when we're not tuned in. So what happens when you're off of the channel, Phil?
Lots of static?
Static.
Is that what you're, okay.
Yeah.
We haven't rehearsed this really. So.
No. Why should we? Right? Because it's fun being goofy. So when we're tuned in, though, if we know who you're talking to and you really tune in, then you can get divine messages. Then you can get inspiration. Then you can have that courage downloaded to you. You don't even have to ask for it. It's just there. Just receive. Allow yourself to receive that. And then what really helps to keep us tuned in is to share. Share. Let's talk a little bit about interference. What kinds of things cause interference?
Climate.
Time of day, you said.
Time of day, definitely either daytime or nighttime, completely different.
Tell us about that.
Electrical power, being clean or not.
You were talking about fluorescent lights can be a disruption.
Anything in the house, LED lights, fluorescent lights. You can unplug something and all the static will go away if you find out which one it was. It's pretty amazing. Sometimes you have to go through the house and actually turn off breakers, and all of a sudden you'll hear the static go away and go, ooh, what was there? And then you find out the component, and it was something ridiculous, like an appliance you just had plugged in wasn't even turned on, but it was creating static in the environment. You
The
just couldn't hear
static
it.
we have in our world is other people's opinions, other people's criticism, the pain in the world. That's static, is it not for us? Misunderstandings, our own judgments. Those are things that are interference in our spiritual world. Oh, look, you've got special delivery here.
Oh, thank you.
You're the hero,
I'm not
John.
worthy. I'm not worthy. Thank
I
you.
didn't have the chocolate.
Okay, thank you. Awesome. I can stay here longer.
Yes. So then tell us about. So anyway, clearing the interference, recognizing it. When we recognize an interference, then it's just nothing. And here's the thing: if that light is causing interference in the radio, the light's just doing its thing. It's not being mean. It doesn't hate the radio and I have to make it not do function right. I have to make it sound ugly. No, it's just doing its thing. Other people are just doing their thing.
Or you would never know that that's creating some kind of environmental problem unless you heard it out of something like this. So there's all kinds of things around us that are influencing us that you don't even know are there until you maybe pay attention.
Yeah. So again, pay attention and just allow people to be where they are. Makes me no never mind. Let them be who they are. Let them do what they're doing. And don't judge anything as being directed at you, directed at me. I can let it be. Because who am I to judge you? If I say, oh, that person's mean and they said something to be critical of me, I'm in judgment of that. But I can let that go. I don't need to judge anything. I just do my own thing, and then I don't have to deal with all that interference. And then the last thing is our expectations. We expect ourselves to be freaking perfect.
Yep.
Do we not? If it's not perfect, then I can't do it. If it's not perfect, I can't move forward. If I'm not going to do it perfect or be perfect or have it perfect, then I just am stuck. Right? No. What happens on the radios is sometimes they're AM, sometimes they're AM FM, sometimes
Newer
they're
ones.
shortwave. What else is out there?
Well, that's pretty much about it. Shortwave is inclusive of the police band, airports, everything.
Talking
All that
on ham
stuff.
radio is shortwave
Yep,
too?
it's all shortwave.
Okay.
Yep.
So in certain radios, we'll pick up certain things, correct?
Correct.
And so if our expectation to pick up an FM station,
On this,
we would be disappointed,
pretty much.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are our expectations? If are our expectations based on what we think it should be? So, oh, I should be able to channel because Janice does. Maybe your gift is not that.
Or maybe you just haven't learned yet.
Oh, maybe you just haven't learned yet. Maybe we need to tune in or get some parts replaced, you know. Or maybe your healing ability, that's where you shine the most. And maybe one person heals this way and that's their way to shine, and somebody else does it this way, that's their way to shine. There's no shame, no blame, no right, no wrong. It is what it is. Just do our best. Let's do our best. So the 7 things.
Well, just about the healing. This has been over 30 years ago. We were in Houston, I think, and we were invited over to a house to help heal a young child. And when I got there, and I thought it was just going to be me doing it at the time, because I used to do a lot of that. And when I got there, there was someone that was speaking in tongues right next to me. And it's like, well, this was a unique experience.
Yeah,
So-
Phil's a recovering Catholic. They don't do that. in that church, so.
So it was a very, very cool experience to have someone else could do something completely different.
And no judgment, no criticism. One more way to help. Whatever we can do to help.
Yep.
So here's the 7 again. Burned out parts, replace them. Heal, get clear. Not grounded, get out of our heads, connect in to the release, let go. No antenna, who are we talking to? Pray, open up.
I'm the antenna.
No not tuned in, focus. What's your intent? What's your intent? The interference. Let other people do whatever other people are going to do, and just do the next right thing. Just do what's on your heart to do. And expectations, they need to be perfect.
I didn't understand that.
Oh, that's hilarious. I don't know if you heard that on home. Her phone says, I didn't understand that. So let me repeat this for Siri. So Siri, honey, whether you're on shortwave or AM or FM, just tune in to what you tune into. Do it your way. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just allow it to be what it is. Reach out for that strength, that courage. It's there. Have courage. Have courage. And remember, be real, radiant, energetic, authentic, and light.
And even on this old 1985-year-old radio on shortwave, I have picked up Quebec, Vancouver. I know I've picked up Colorado Springs, and I've also picked up a Chinese station just on this one. And this is very, very, very limited. Very limited. So, bandwidth. So
Just imagine what you can tune into, right?
it's fun. Just
It's
fun.
fun. And that's fun. Spiritual tuning in is really fun, too.
Yep.
So we're going to do a guided meditation. Should we do the communion first?
Yes, when do you want to hand out the rolls?
Let's do that now. Let's do the communion and then we'll hand out the bowls and then you can get started, okay?
So far, Janice has not paid attention to my coffee cup at all.
Oh, yeah, I haven't looked.
It's right on the edge. Yeah, I do that kind of stuff all the time. And I don't do it
He does
deliberately
live on the
necessarily,
edge.
but
You know, it's a miracle a man is still alive. And it's a miracle I'm not in jail about this. Okay, communion. Let's do communion. Ta-da! And then it closed back up on me. There we go. Join us in prayer, please. Loving Spirit of Light, thank you for this new year. Give us courage. Help us to claim that courage that is already here for us. Open the doors of our heart, open our minds, and help us to walk in faith. Thank you. In the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen.
amen.
There we go. Yay. I'll put this down in my yay jar. Got the communion cup open.
First try.
First try. Join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of Light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life, all of it, and help us to overcome the distractions and just be, shine, and love. Thank you. In the name of Jesus, the Ascended One. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Yikes. I'm dripping.
You're dripping?
Well, it's because I've got
Oh, ew.
this.
Napkin.
Thank you.
Sticky.
Stuff all over your pants.
I know, from my sweatshirt is fuzzies.
First of the year. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, we survived 24. And looking forward to 25. That's all, we say that almost every year. But, you know, it's always true. We always look forward. That's why we make our New Year's resolutions, which we frequently don't keep. But that's okay. That's okay. Just try to do the right things, that's all. Y'all know what this is. We're still a little bit short on the HVAC. So until we get that, we'll kind of put off putting the HVAC in. Probably, you know, whenever we get it, hey, I think I don't even remember what we're at. 1,300, 1,400,
Something like
maybe
that.
something like that. I'm not sure.
Close.
about
We're
that.
close. Very
Yeah,
close.
we're close. Really close. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you. So, for our meditation today, we have a guest presenter.
Guest meditator.
Do you want me to share mine?
Sure, do you want me to set it up first?
Yeah. Let me just turn it over to you. let's give Beth a big hand. Beth Clark. Woo-hoo. She needs help. How can I help you?
Let me get this on first.
What do you want me to do?
Sure, pretty talk. There, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hey, so for this past several months, we've been doing divine message readings after the first Sunday at church, which are so much fun. And the very first thing that we do with the divine message. So the very first thing that we get to do, oh, this is so fun. Anyways, the very first thing that we get to do with the divine message reading is to pick our divine name and our divine role for the year. And so, since today's the first Sunday, I'm going to share this with everybody this time. So we all get to pick our divine name and role. And for those of you that are interested, you can stay afterwards and we can talk about it more. But you get to keep these for 2025.
Just one per person?
Just one per person, yeah, and I'll follow behind.
Okay.
So that's the name and the role, right?
Yes, that's the name and the role. And
While they're doing that, don't you love the lack of rehearsing? So my divine name was Intuitive Healer. Show you the picture for that. And the role is rejoicing in the uniqueness of self and others. Don't you love that? Oops, straighten it. Cute. And Beth, maybe you could remember to pick something for the folks online.
I sure can, and I can tell I did a reading for the whole church, so
Oh, that'd be
I
wonderful.
can share that as well. So the first one you read will be the purple one. Do you want to share what yours is, just so people can hear it?
So mine is a light worker,
A light worker, and
and it says aiding in life-changing transformation.
wow,
That's
pretty
beautiful.
cool.
Yeah.
So you can see what those are.
Okay, so, and then she's going to hand out a slip of paper that gives you a little more information. And here's what mine says. She had no idea what I was going to talk about this morning. This one says, may you have the courage to rewrite your story. Old definitions no longer apply. Each day is a blank page waiting for the masterpiece you will create. Wow. I'm sure that was just an accident. Anyway, let's turn it over to Beth Clark.
You can do that in any order. So,
Go ahead. You're up.
So thank you. As that goes around, I'm going to just share with you that I did a reading for us collectively as a whole. And what I loved is what I came up for us was that our role was of truth finders. And I just thought that was really interesting. And when I kind of wondered about what it is, the ancient ones kind of clued us in because part of the divine message reading is getting messages from the ancient ones. And they talk quite a bit about truth, and realizing the truth of who we are and how that can shape our choices and our decisions, knowing that we are beings of light, that we are divinely connected. And what you'll start finding, these messages that I'm handing out are very much based on this divine message reading. And I think they gave us a challenge for the year, maybe just a smidge, because they talk quite a bit about the choices we make and that we have the power in our choices and that we have power to make choices for good habits or choices to keep our not so good habits. Choices to feel fear and choices to feel love in all those situations. And so collectively for us, as you look ahead for 2025, think about the choices you make. And I'm waiting for this, for you online, I'm kind of waiting for the the things to go around before I start the meditation. Anybody else have their full May, what did you get for the year?
I got Sacred Seer, aiding in life-changing transformation.
Did you get your message?
No,
No, not yet.
not yet.
Oh, here it is.
We're working on it.
Get a microphone for people. So say it again for the ones online.
Sacred Seer, aiding in life-changing transformation. May your daily choices reflect the beauty of your soul. Even in the smallest acts of kindness can create a ripple of love and joy.
Oh,
Oh, Becky and Cindy.
No, we got one. Yeah, okay, we got everybody, I think. Oh.
Anybody else?
everybody got theirs? Let's just have one more person share, and then we'll do the meditation. And okay, Vicki, please.
This is really cool because what is the first one? Your
name.
Yeah, my name.
Your rule.
Spirit Warrior, and I have a tattoo that's Warrior Spirit.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure
Wow.
that was just an accident.
Wow.
And then my other card is Discovering Creative Ways to Gain New Insights. And I was just telling, I've been talking about being more creative because I'm really technical in my mind, and this could be more perfect.
And what was your message?
Oh, the message. As you embrace the unknown, may you find comfort in knowing that divine love walks beside you. There is no need to rush, for all things unfold in sacred timing.
Wow. So we'll keep this short. If we can have the lights off and everybody just take a moment and close your eyes and relax. And today we're going to take a walk on in the springtime. It's actually one of the favorite walks that I had growing up. And if you could, just imagine yourself walking down this lovely dirt road. The trees are just budding and they're hanging overhead, and the sunlight is coming through as you walk down this beautiful country dirt road. And as you walk, you feel yourself relax. You feel that tension in your body just kind of naturally melting away, going down deep into Mother Earth where it can be transformed. And with every step, you feel yourself getting more and more connected. And as you walk, you come to this very special, magical point. You can actually feel the energy there is a little bit different. And it gives you a choice to go two directions. But to help you make that choice, you have an animal guide join you. And just notice what animal shows up to join you for the rest of the journey. And as you move forward, you maybe move forward to the left, which continues for a while on the dirt road, and then up into a little bit more mountainous area or hilly area. Or you go to the right and you go into a beautiful meadow full of just flowers that are coming out. Whichever direction you feel is right for you. And you move forward. And whether you went to the left or right, you come to a point where you cross a stream. And on that stream is a little bridge that crosses over it. And you stand for a minute in the center of that bridge. And you ponder 2024. And you think to yourself, what is unnecessary for me to carry forward? What's no longer needed in my life right now? Maybe it's a self-doubt, a judgment. Maybe it's the judgment of somebody else. Maybe it's a sense of limitation. Maybe it's an old habit that you no longer need. And just picture yourself releasing that down the stream, again to be transformed and cleansed. And then you cross over the stream and you continue your walk on until you come to some stone columns. And you realize that it's a portal. And your guide, your animal guide, is just so eager for you to cross through that portal. And you walk through with positive anticipation. And you find yourself in a beautiful space. And each one of you, that space will look differently. But you know it's a very, very special place. And this place holds the blueprint for your 2025. And so take a moment and envision that place. And if there's any place that doesn't feel bright or shiny or just right, know that now is the time where you can change it. And as you look at this area, think, what is it you want in that space, in this blueprint of 2025? Is it joy? Is it peace? Is it courage? Curiosity? Feel that space filling up with those energies that you desire for 2025. And maybe even think about this new role that you just stepped into, that you just picked intuitively. What might that look like in 2025? How would you like it to look like in 2025? And as you think about this space and this future of your 2025, I want to read and share with you a message that I picked for you from the Ancient Ones. And it's called The Impact of the Heart. Your heart of heart knows the truth of who you are and the truth of divine love that encompasses you and resides within you. One's feelings cannot distort this truth because feelings may be based upon unpleasant experiences, judgments about life experiences, or criticism from external forces. Yet, seeking this higher level of truth grants you a peace in the unknowable. The need to have all the answers diminishes with having a glimpse of the divine love and compassion offered to you. You are an active presence within this dimension of physical and metaphysical existence. This active presence requires nothing from you, yet everything you think, say, or do affects this realm. And I'm going to repeat that. It requires nothing from you, yet everything you think, say, or do affects this realm. So what choices will you make? Will you add fear to your world or love? Will you add chaos or peace? Will you add despair or joy? The choice is yours. Your impact is mighty. So as you think about those words, think again about this very special magical place that you can come to anytime during 2025 and create your future in the energy that you want to preset for the world. So with that in mind, you get ready to leave this magical space and you see there is a gift for you. Pick up that gift. This symbolic object that you picked, this gift, can set that energy and help you set that energy for 2025. And you may also feel inclined to leave a gift. See what gift that you choose to leave. Whatever you choose is just going to be right for you as you choose to walk back through that portal, back through the pathway that you chose, and back onto this original dirt road, walking back into this time and space. May your 2025 be a blessing to you all. Namaste. And so Janice suggested that I maybe pull a message for you guys online. And what I pulled for you guys, as everybody else comes back from the meditation, is that your role as being healing angels, leading wisely from your heart. Anybody want to share anything?
Any questions about what you received? Gifts? What you gave?
Just saw a color, and it was like a evening sky, but it was purple, all in the, right above the mountains and trees. And it was very good.
And was that the gift you received?
Pardon?
Was that the gift you received?
Yeah.
Because that gift that you received of a purple horizon, it is really indicative. That purple is so spiritual, but it's also a new horizon. And so it suggests to me that you're guided into these new adventures in 2025 with that spiritual horizon in there.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Could I have the light on, please?
Sure.
Yeah,
Since one.
just turn it
So as we approached the columns, rock columns, my wolf guide was just so excited. He kept running around me and in between my legs and back and forth. And the gift that I got was an eagle.
An eagle.
And the gift that I left was a tiger's eye heart.
Wow, so much spirit animal there. So the eagle, to me, is just, it's that energy of visioning, that higher perspective. And the tiger's eye, the gift you receive is very much about what you're willing to transform in 2025, because you're leaving it there in that special space. And tiger's eye is that confidence and courage to implement your vision. And so you're going to be receiving those insights, and with a wolf to help you focus on it, but you're also going to be given that confidence and courage to know that it's yours to share and to be willing to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I received a scepter, and I was really surprised. I was in awe and honored, and I left a heart rock, a rock that looks like a heart.
So, obviously that scepter is just stepping into that personal power and empowerment, and being able to do that in a way as a leader. What was your role for the year?
Teacher.
Yeah. I feel like that really ties in. And
so the people online, teacher.
Oh yeah, teacher, and so, but the heart to me is allowing a deep healing of your heart, and allowing that healing of any past hurt, and then to also help other people heal their heart, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I received something from my childhood. my grandmother and her sisters, they would make gems, very, very special gems with sorts of fruits and nuts, and I received one of their crystal balls that my grandmother received at her wedding. The crystal ball is a little bit pink. It has a pink color shade in it, and it was with a glass of perfect crystalline water. That's how we had as a child. Sometimes in the afternoons, that was, after the nap, that was our treat. So I received back this treat. I enjoyed it, I looked at it, it made me happy, but then I left it back. For someone else to enjoy this.
And where you,
Yes.
excuse me, what I was going to say, but where you left it was in your blueprint for 2025. And so what you took with you is all the richness and all the beauty that you have from your ancestors and from your family. And you're taking that with you to share. But you're leaving behind in that space that beautiful pink, clear crystal for you to get clarity. And you're going to have greater clarity and greater confidence in yourself, because that space is going to be healing any remnants where you're thinking that I need to be just like my ancestors. Instead, it's saying, let's hear that and give you clarity as to how you're going to be expressing. Because you have all that behind you, but you are going to be uniquely you in expressing it in your way. And so in 2025, you're going to be getting that clarity of how to evolve that beautiful lineage that you grew up with.
That's a wonderful help to a greater understanding. Thank you.
Yes.
If any others have any other additional questions, just, people are sometimes shy, they don't want to put it up.
And we will be doing more, so we won't be picking our name and role at the Divine Message reading, but we will be picking our other cards, so you may find, if you stay for that, additional clarity and time to share.
So let's give Beth a big hand. Thank you for that. That was wonderful. So let's do a quick blessing healing energy circuit for the folks online, and then we'll do our energy circle here. So rubbing your hands together really, really fast. You can really feel that divine connection right now. We're really open and being able to receive that. Bring it into the heart space, from the heart space to the left hand back to the right hand, or from the left hand to the right hand, and then from the right hand back to the heart. And this connects that energetic circuit, and you'll feel that energy building in your hands. This is divine energy. This is sacred energy. This is courage. Take it in. Have a great